The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 17th. Terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we have your back. Let your fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, just put radio show question, and inside the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow up 69 points, 133 is the print. S&P's up 12. That's about 0.5% to the upside. NASDAQ 100 up 41 points, 0.5% as well. Russell 2000 up 9, nearly 10 points. Semis are up 11. Trannies up 30. Spot volatility index continues to trade well below its 50-day exponential moving average. It's trading out at 12.10. Gold is off 13 buckaroonies. Silver down 17 cents. Both of those are a little over 1% to the downside. 30-year Treasury is flat. Leading the charge to the upside, it is Booking Holdings up 23 bucks. Amazon's up 22. Google's up 18. Mercado Libre, that was one that Garo called about yesterday. That's up another $15 or 4% today. I believe he's trading it to the long side, but we had taken a look at this before we take a look at what's going on to the downside, since this chart is actually still up on our screen out here. What Garo was looking for, what anyone, each of us are looking for, Garo could be anybody, could be Stevie Jr. We're all looking for is to try to understand support and resistance. I mean, if anything, you and I are always trying to understand in the game of tug of war of bulls and bears, where's support, where's resistance. Now, one of the tools that we like to use, you and I, we like to take a look at that Tom DeMark setup, 9 count out there. And when you can find one of those, which Mercado Libre had one, it began here on the trading session, or the number 1 bar began on May 10th. That meant that close on that day had to be below a close of the bar 4 bars earlier. And I haven't even gone to the bar just yet. And then you need to do that successively 9 more times. Now, when you do that, my system draws this little green dashed line across. You'll see a red dashed line and a green dashed line. It's the green dashed line that you and I are interested in. And we identified price had, when we were looking at yesterday, price hadn't gotten up to that level. By the way, that was the high from May the 10th out here. The high from May the 10th, the exact number, was 339 even Steven. You did get a close above that. That is closing above resistance. But what that communicated to you and I, to Garo, was that if we see a close above that, price is going to continue to run higher. Now, it's already done that by getting back to this little swing point area, in essence, where there's been some resistance. That's the high of March 28th, the high of April 6th. You could use the high of April 20. If we just draw a line out here, well, we'll just put a little line out there. You know, there in essence is your line, so to speak, out here. So you can see that price is also run into another visible area of possible resistance. Real resistance would have been this Tom DeMark setup. So it does look like to me Mercado Libre over time is going to make its way all the way back up to its highs in that 416 level. Hey, lead the charge to the downside right now. You've got Netflix off 18 bucks, although that's well off of its lows out here. The actual low in the active trading session was 344 even, Steven. Now you're trading at 382. That's the leader to the downside. Then you've got Omnicom Group down $7, United Health off 6, Service Master down 4, and so on. So what do you want to look at? I've got no requests inside the Tiger's Den, email or otherwise. Actually been gone away from the system for the better part of the day. So just you don't need the details, just jumping into the chair. So where do we begin? Where do we begin? Well, let's go take a look at the NASDAQ, because NASDAQ gave a nice little topping signal yesterday. And so let's go take a look at the NASDAQ. Let's go take a look at the NQ, the futures market. We say nice little topping signal. What I'm referring to is that we saw that I see Stevie's black diagonal lines, the Rhodes momentum trading signal out here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. The single best tool that I have in my arsenal. Single best. Why is it the single best? Because this pattern has been present before the beginning of every single, not every single, I mean every single. There's enough conviction behind that. Every single bear market over the last 130 years in the Dow. Now, how do we take that? What do we use? Well, geez, and by the way, as bottoming signals, it's a beauty as well. Now, inside the NQ, we can see that that signal still exists. My system automatically goes ahead and draw those when that pattern is out there. And yesterday, you did get a nice confirmation. Got a nice little bearish engulfing candle. If you caught the interview that I did with Tom at 3:15, the NQ is nowhere near the low of yesterday at the close out there. It was down around the, I don't know, 73.90-ish type area. And what I said was that the market has given us short-term signals. And what you should expect is you should expect price to fall all the way down inside the NQ to Stevie's red line. Now, we have to rename it. It's Stevie's red/green line, only because I like to have more of a palette on my system and fewer indicators. This way I don't have to show the price oscillator at the bottom panel of my screen. And what this tells me is we have a rising price oscillator above zero. What did the NQ do? The NQ hit that level of support. Not right to the T, but close enough to the T to say, okay, we're down here testing support. Remember the day, it was July the 11th out there, 7-Eleven, and, you know, the markets closed. Everything seemed okay on the 10th. And then I don't remember what time, but then Trump, then the administration announced, I can't call him Trump, I just call him the administration announced, we're going to go ahead and tax the Sam heck out of China again, $200 billion worth of tariffs up there. And what did the futures do? The futures went careening to the downside. All they were doing was testing Stevie's red/green line out there. It acted as support. If the markets are going to move to the downside, folks, you have to see a close below Stevie's red line. We don't have that right now. Do we still have a topping pattern that is forming? Absolutely. And it's on the daily chart for the NQ out here. Does that mean load up the truck, go short? No. No, no, wait for a close below Stevie's red line before you take any action. A Rubik's Cube offers more than 100 million starting positions, resulting in 43 billion potential twists and turns. Yet this puzzle can be solved in 20 moves. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and knowing the right move makes all the difference in the world. And on Thursday, July 19th at 4:15 p.m., I'll share with you the 3 essential tools behind my #1 ranking by Timer Digest for the S&P 500. This 30-minute event is being hosted by Ninja Trader, and it's open to everyone in our listening audience. At this event, I'll share with you the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that subscribers now use to identify tops and bottoms, as well as Stevie's red line and the market profiles that I use. The sign-up link is on the homepage of TFNN.com and requires nothing more than your name and email address. To help celebrate my #1 market timing ranking, we're making Mastering Probability available to anyone in our listening audience for the next 30 days with a free money-back guarantee, whether you've subscribed in the past or not. Make your move now by coming to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up for Thursday's workshop, as well as my free newsletter trial offer.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 62, S&P is up 12. So let's take a look at this set of charts here. No questions having come in thus far. Now, this is, you and I are used to looking at candlestick charts out there. But in this case here, we're just looking at bar charts. And the reason that we're looking at bar charts is I can squeeze more data in, so to speak. And what you'll notice, now this is the 5-hour time frame for the ES Mini, for the NQ. So panel number 1 up at the top is the ES Mini. Panel number 2 is the NQ. Panel number 3 is the Dow YM. Panel number 4 is the Russell 2000. Hey, why does Russell 2000 get more distance there? We can't have that happen. Got to be equal out here. And what you will see is that utilizing Stevie's early warning tool, by the way, subscribers, those subscribers that were what I call aggressive traders inside the Mastering Probability group. I'm an aggressive trader for my money, not for your money. That's a different thing. I sent out an email alert and a Twitter alert as soon as I got off of the segment that I did with Tom and said, okay, now's the time to go ahead and take a short trade in the NQ, and which we did, which many of us did out there. And then this morning, when I got up and got in front of my system, we knew that price was coming down to Stevie's red line. You and I looked at it on the daily chart for the NQ. And then on the 60-minute time frame chart, here's the 60-minute time frame chart for the NQ. My little Bob system, my advanced warning detector system, was showing that that's the 5-hour chart. Let me grab the actual chart. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for me to show you. Here's the 60-minute chart. It was showing that it had also made a short-term bottom. So at the same time, price was coming down to Stevie's red line. The 60-minute chart was also making a bottoming pattern out there. And so the message was, hey, here's where it's at. Looks like support is going to hold. Take the action that would be necessary out here. And so the cool thing is this set of tools that we're looking at out here, which took years worth of investigate, a lot of trial and error. That's for sure. A lot of trial and error. out there, and that's the most costly way. The reason that you should listen to the show or subscribe to my newsletter is to avoid the trial and error. I've already done that. I've already paid that entry fee for you, and so therefore you don't have to do that. What you should be wanting to do is you should be wanting to utilize that set of tools, which is this set as an example, that are able to give you succinctly what the markets are doing, what to be aware of out there for your trading. Now, each of us are different time frame traders out there, but just how powerful is having this set of tools? Well, how powerful it is pretty simple. All I've done is taken a set of tools, all of which I've learned through through my peers, counterparts, teachers, stuff that I've done on my own, and all that stuff. Took the best of the best. Why would you just take the best of the best? Well, why would you not? I'm sorry, I'm stalling here. I was just trying to find it, and I can't find it. I can do anything I want. I just have to actually do it, and all that did was led me to what I consider to be kind of a simple set of tools, a simple set of instructions that each of us can follow. And if we do, it'll produce good results. Now, to prove that they provide extraordinary and outstanding results, I decided to take that same set of tools and go ahead and have those folks over at Timer Digest track my signals up against a group of others. And this is they got this late last night, so really for me early this morning, and this is their 6-month update. I didn't really know how I knew they track signals, wasn't sure how they do it. So when they come up with the market timer of the year, they do it on an annual basis. So this happens to be from January 1st or 2nd, beginning of trading year, through June 30th, and you'll see that same set of tools is what got me that #1 ranking inside the S&P 500 out there. Still #1 for the last 12 months as well. The last 6 months, I did fall #2 for the last 3 months out there. And what's really cool about this is with regard to, I'll show you what's really cool. Well, now here's the entire timer race out there. So you can see that I'm up here in that #1 spot. But what I think is really cool about this is where I was sucking wind, so to speak, was in the bond timer. My goal was to see if I can get to #1 in all 3 categories. And I've been able to make my way up to #3 in the bond market. I didn't know that until I read this early this morning. So that's pretty cool. So the set of tools that you and I take a look at, they are the tools that I use to assist each of you during the day here at 1 o'clock, and what I'm using for subscribers during the morning, intraday, if we see some signals take place out there. So we're looking at this 5-hour time frame chart. And the only way we knew that these markets, these equity future markets, they were giving us topping signals. What needed to occur is price needed to close below in order for us to jump on that short train. For a long-term duration, they needed to close below the bottom of the TAS market profile on the 5-hour time frame. Now let's come back to this ES 5-hour chart out here. And what was price doing this morning on the ES Mini? We just took a look at what was going on inside the NQ, so we know that it was putting in testing support, putting in a short-term bottoming pattern out here. And what was the ES Mini doing? Testing the bottom of that TAS market profile. Folks, these are extraordinary tools used by a simple-minded guy like myself. If I can do it, I guarantee you can do it too. You just have to be able to find the trust, have the trust and the confidence in this set of tools out there. There's others that we use, but the basic tools will do everything to keep you on the right side of the trade, whatever it is that you're trading. So let's go out to Ron in Denver and see what Ron in Denver wants to trade. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great, Steve. Hey, I just want to make sure you're not selling yourself short. About 2 weeks ago, you mentioned MELI, M-E-L-I, when it was around 97, 98. And you said it really looked good. It was a bullish crossover, and I bought some calls, and it went up, and I doubled my money. And you're talking about yesterday, you were mentioning it, but you recommended it a couple weeks ago.
Well, bless your heart out there. Yeah, well, that's good to know. We'll take that, and I'm glad that you took that trade and that you made some money out there. And this is Tiger teamwork, right? So we'd have
right.
nothing without somebody like you to let us know when we make a good call, as well as when we don't make such a good call. So thanks.
I was wondering if you would look at Skechers, SKX, for me.
Yep. tell me what you're doing.
I own some calls. What do you think?
So, and those are set to expire soon?
Friday.
Friday. That's soon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, here's what.
No, a week from Friday. I apologize. Okay. I've got a week and a half.
All right, so you can try to give it a little time. This one is really fighting the crowd, so to speak. And the crowd I'm referring to is the crowd from April 20th, when this thing gapped down with 37 million shares behind that move. The top of which is 32.20. The actual high that you've been to so far today is 31.95. So you're starting to get close to an area that could be some real resistance. But would you be kind enough, to stay on through this break? I'll take a look at the monthly chart, the weekly chart, one of my other chart patterns out there. But the weekly is saying, you're running up towards resistance at 32.08. But stay on the line, Ron. We'll come back. We'll take a look at Skechers with Ron in Denver, Colorado. Great.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Ron in Denver. We're taking a look at the ticker symbol SKX. That's for Skechers USA Inc. And Ron's got some call positions in it. So, Ron, are you have a successful position at this stage? Yes.
Yeah, I just got it yesterday, and I'm up 30, 40 cents.
Okay. I've got, so that being the case, and then I almost think you've got to take more of a conservative approach to this at this stage of the game. Here's what I'm looking at. And it's just, can I see this moving higher? Sure. 32.94 would be the next move, perhaps. Certainly the 32.20 level, which is the top of that window, so to speak, where it gapped to the downside. You never know if price is going to be able to make its way into a gap or not. And this completed today a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. So that's one bit of caution. It is trading above the top of its daily profile, 31.27. But that would suggest that this thing could also pull back to 30.18. And I think if it pulls back to 30.18, you're not going to be in a successful trade. Yes? No, I don't know.
I'll just step away from it and wait for see if it breaks out on. And
yeah, it doesn't mean it can't go higher. It's just that,
No, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I can, if it's and especially with the market being cautious as you and so forth, it's all over the place.
Yeah, I think so. The chart pattern, technically speaking, the chart pattern is one to be cautious of, and not one that I can look at clearly and say, hey, no problem, keep holding this thing. If you held the individual shares or something like that, we'd probably take a look at a different possible outcome. So yeah, I say ring that register if you can.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure. That was taking a look at Skechers SKX out there. Now, there's a question that came in from the Tiger's Den, and so let's try to address it. It says a very specific question about the ES Mini. So since 9 a.m., the ES Mini rally on a 30-minute chart. Let me pull up a 30-minute time frame chart here so we can all look at this. So here's that's the 300-minute. I keep doing that. 30-minute, Steve-O. That means it's just 3-0, not 3-0-0. Okay, we got it. All right, so here's a ES Mini 30-minute chart. We can see it making that Rhodes momentum bottom out there. 30-minute chart is in Chapman wave leg A up. So on my screen, you'll see it says number 1. You'll also see underneath the number 1 is got a time to mark set up 8 counts, or about under 30 minutes to get to count number 9. Now, that won't happen until 2 o'clock. I'm assuming we're going to get to count number 9, but anything can happen in the next 27 minutes. Okay, the question reads as follows. Any reason you see to not think the ESU moves to at least a 4th leg before topping short term out here? Okie dokie. So how are we going to answer that? I think we're going to answer that by doing a little bit, by moving away from that chart, if it's okay with you, and taking a look at a couple of other charts out here. So out of curiosity, first, if we just take a look at our daily market profiles out here, everything looks okay here. In other words, when I say everything looks okay, price is above the top of every daily profile. So there's nothing bearish out there. I'm going to just take a quick peek here at the New York Stock Exchange, and the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline data is still below 0. The reading is minus 10.98 right now. Even though this is not going to, you can't directly correlate this to the ES Mini. The question is, do I see anything? So I'm just trying to go through some charts here. So, hey, here's something right now in that the New York Stock Exchange is saying, just hold your horses out there with regard to, let's say, the wider swath of the market. If I take a look at the market profiles on a 30, on a 240, a 5-hour, daily, weekly, out here, everything looks pretty bullish there. So no problems there. You know what I'd say is what's going on with regard to the ES Mini and other currencies out here. And at this stage, you've got the ES Mini trading at new highs, and it's doing it in dollars. and you have new highs, it's doing it in yen, and you have new highs, and it's doing it in pounds. So what I'm saying is that you are looking at a breakout, short term, even though this is a 5-hour time frame chart, by the way. Your counterpart that is trading the ES Mini in yen is looking at a breakout. So they're long. They're not sellers. They are not natural sellers of the ES Mini just yet. And your friend that is sitting over in London, he and she, too, are also saying breakout party inside the ES Mini. So the answer would be, no, I'm not really seeing anything out here other than those folks that are sitting in gay petty right now that are trading in euros. They're not at the breakout party. Price has not been able to take out its previous highs. So you do have some folks that are not bought in to the breakout inside the ES Mini. Is that important? You would prefer on something that's going to move to the upside, you would prefer it breaking out on everybody's trading platform and everybody's desk. Because what you want from a momentum standpoint is you want everybody buying. And at this stage here, for the major currencies, you've got everybody buying except those in euros. Does that, I guess, so that's the only thing that I see. That in the New York Stock Exchange, that being the ES Mini in euros as being a potential problem out here. The other potential problem is, and it's always a potential problem, is price continues to rise and does it with less relative energy inside the ES Mini on a 5-hour time frame out here. It's not going to do it on the daily time frame, and so it's always a signal to be careful, to be watching. But as I say, the only way that this chart turns bearish, and we got the proof of it today, price has to close below the bottom of its 5-hour time frame profile, 27.90.50 to be exact. If we see that, then it will go ahead and confirm some type of top. So I hope that answers your question. Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Scott, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Very, very good. Nice to hear your voice. How is summer
You
in
too,
Colorado
sir.
Springs this time of year?
It's been hot. It's been not hot like you're hot, but it's been hot.
Yeah, good. Now, how about fires? You guys free of fires out there?
Yeah, it's been burning quite a bit. They're getting a handle on them now, which is good.
Okay, good. So you want to trade the pound dollar, or I don't know if you want to trade it, but you were calling to ask about it, which trading at about
Yes, sir.
$1.13 right now. Yeah.
I'm in it, and I've been in it since 132.69.
Okay.
And I kind of had a question about what you personally do when you're trading and coming into. There's two support points it's coming into right now: 139.46, and what's this low? 131.02.
So let's come back and take a look at that when we come back from the break. What was your outcome? What was your target? Was your target the June 28th low or lower?
I see another ABC down to 135.55.
Okay, let's take a look at that when we
And I
get back
wanted
from
to
this
see
break.
if you saw that too.
You bet. We'll be right back. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Dow's up 57.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Scott in Colorado, in Colorado Springs, and we're taking a look at the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. Now, Scott, the chart that I've got on my screen right now happens to have a 15-minute delay, so we're going to be off, by a few pips here or there.
Sure.
But it's a daily time frame chart that I have on my screen, but the horizontal lines on this are the weekly time frame horizontal trading range levels out here. And you had already identified one level of support. I know you'd asked about an A to B equals CD to the downside. And in trading currencies, you like to use, you like to really identify support and resistance. And so on a daily basis, you had that nice bullish engulfing candle on June 29th. The price is pulling right back into it. That means that support is going to be the low from June 28th. That was one of the figures that I threw out to you. That was your target, 1.3050 out here. Now, it just so happens that at the price point, on a weekly basis, at the price point of 1.3101 to be exact to the pip out here, we've seen on a weekly basis, we've seen 9 closes at that area. Now, 9 closes on a weekly basis may not sound like a lot, but as I just take a look at the area, the price area that it's trading in, it is the second largest area of support from a horizontal trading range level. And that's just in between this $1.22 to $1.44 area. And what I mean by that is it's one level lower, one horizontal trading range level lower at 1.2876 that has 10 closes. Now, we don't have a close there. It's only Tuesday. But I would say that you want to start keeping your stop pretty tight. As far as A to B equals CD down patterns, are you trying to use a pattern that uses in essence, the June 7th high as your A point and then the June 28th level as your B point? Is that?
I failed to tell you that I was working off the 30-minute chart, and I apologize for that.
Nope, that's okay.
The ABC that I was looking at actually just completed as you were talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't.
No, that's okay. Hey, no, that's good. Thanks. I mean, time frame is everything, and that's why we try to. That's why we work together. This is teamwork out here. Now, I don't know why my BCD tool. So your trading plan was to trade this based upon a 30-minute chart pattern.
Yes, sir.
And so now your question to me would be, what? Do you stay with the trade?
Yeah, it was. But like I said, as you were talking, it was coming into support. It broke down through it, and then now it's back above it. So it's it's putting in a big hammer now. So
okay, and that's where right now you've got the live charts. Sure. So you've got the live chart. I don't, but I can get in essence to a live chart version of this pretty quickly just by going to the futures contract. So it's going to be close. It's not exactly the same, but I do see where it's making a bullish reversal right now. There's no reason for you to mess with success if you've attained your outcome. Then I think you should either use a very tight trailing stop or just take, if you've achieved your objective, fire away, take the profits.
Yep. Okay, and that's exactly what I did, Steve. When it reversed like that, it took me out, and life is good.
Okay, well, we like when life. Yeah, now I would say this though. If you see the euro or the Great British Pound, I apologize. If you see this close below $1.30, 1.3050, the low of June 28th, then start looking at this for another trade to the downside out here, because it will have taken out a fairly key level of support for you. All right?
Will do. Thank you, Steve.
You bet. Thanks for calling. That was Scott in Colorado Springs. So let me go check the phone lines out here, so to speak. I mean, the email lines, and see if there are some questions that have come in. So I do see 1, 2, 3, 4 or so questions. So let's start getting to those. I don't know that we'll have time to get to all of them, but let's take a look at the one from James. The SPY seems to be in a trading range between February 27th and today with a low on April 2nd. See me breaking out today. What do you think? Well, so just like Scott and I, we were taking a look at a chart, and we were two different time frames out here. The trading range, I think that's the most important one, is this one, the large one. If we can get the large trading range correct, and I apologize, on you asked about the SPY, but since I already have this, James, for the S&P, I'm just going to defer back to this. And you are absolutely correct. The S&P, the SPY, is trading inside of a trading range. It is a consolidation. And if there's one thing that I can guarantee you about a consolidation, is they are tricky to trade. They will hand the bears their lunch, and then the next day they will hand the bulls their lunch. Now, it's not the lunch that they're handing them, because all of us like food for the most part, and we don't mind a free lunch. That's the problem. There is no free lunch. And when you get handed something, it's typically not lunch out there. So these markets, a consolidation, the easiest, the best way to trade a consolidation, other than don't, the best way would be to sell the high of that consolidation and buy the low of that consolidation. And we're not there yet, not inside the S&P 500. We just happen to be looking at horizontal trading ranges, Scott and I and you. This also takes a look at horizontal trading ranges inside the S&P 500. These are red. They happen to be monthly. And that means you can see, because the body of the candle is truly the essence of price, that's what horizontal trading ranges look at. They look at opens and closes. They could give a rat's patootie about what the intra-session, even if it's a monthly chart, extreme high and low was. The reason is because those are the screaming memes out there. It's just a wild emotion. The essence of price is the body of the candle. And that's where horizontal trading ranges come in. They take a look for opens and closes out here. So the actual consolidation range, getting rid of the screaming memes out here, James, is between 2630 and 2849. Now, maybe not right to the T, but in this case here, yeah, pretty much right to the T out here. So that's the range. We're trading at 28.12. Maybe prices are going to get up to that 28.49 level. That just kind of defaults back to the question from John inside the Tiger's Den. You know, is there any reason why the ES Mini can't continue to move higher? No, there's no reason for the S&P not to move up to the 28.49 level. What we're looking for, each of us, is a break of the consolidation, either to the upside or the downside. The break to the upside says you head on to your next level. Your next level, 3,067. Will that be the final level to the upside inside the S&P 500? Heavens to Betsy, no. Not even close. And no cigar. James, thanks for writing in. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So the 2-minute drill out here. Let's take a question from Michael R. Michael wants to take a look at ticker symbol XON. That's in Trexon Corp. And the question is, what's my take on this as a trade for the next 1 to 3 months out here? And I'm going to make it relatively easy as far as my analysis. There's probably not much difference than yours or anyone else's unless you've got some inside information. I don't know what this company does, but it took everybody to the cleaners. So unless they're a dry cleaner out here, and even if they were, then they've got a horrible business model. I don't even know anything about the company. I just know what shareholders think about this stock. In August of 2015, it was trading out at $68.78. And in 2 years' time, you went from 68, it went, not you, Michael, but it went from 68 to $10. Basically, that says you've lost 85% of its value in that period of time. Seems to me like a really bad business model out here. It's going to be a long time before this thing can clean up its problems. There's going to have to be a lot of accumulation at the bottom out here. As we take a look at it on a monthly chart, that accumulation, maybe it's begun, maybe it hasn't, could take years. Do I see this as a trade? If you've got some great inside information on it, then maybe so. You're still trading into its monthly swing point low from November of 2017. It's trading within the range of about, let's call it $11 to $18 out here. I don't see anything much more than that. I don't see, so if you've, in that inside information, but if you've got some real information, you got a hankering to own in Trexon Corp out there, then you'd buy it and you would stick it in your drawer and hope that, in fact, they get their business plan back in order. But as far as a trade out here, I think there's better trades than something that has lost 85% of the value and doesn't have a sign of strength off of the bottom. So, folks, thanks so much for joining me. Hey, don't forget, I got that free workshop coming up on Thursday, 2 days from today, and take advantage of the opportunity to test drive Mastering Probability between now and Thursday. Anybody who's ever tried it before can gain access to it as well. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you on Wonderful Wednesday.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.